And joining me in the studio are Bob McCann, Chairman of NCBA's Policy Division, and Colin Woodall, Vice President of Government Affairs. Guys, thanks so much for coming to the show.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you, Kevin.
Well, Bob, it was good to get to know just a little bit more about you. Tell us why you invest so much of your volunteer time for the NCBA organization.
Well, Kevin, I feel like NCBA has done a lot for my family operation. We've benefited a lot from the things that they've done. They've been able to accomplish as an association. And I just feel like it's time for me to give back a little bit. I feel an obligation to give some service back to the organization that's done so much for us.
Well, we thank you for doing that as well. Colin, as you know, Bob leads the Policy Division, and I guess a lot of folks would be interested to know, how does NCBA set policy?
It's a great process because it's truly a grassroots process. Our policy typically originates at a county or state cattlemen's meeting. It then is brought to an NCBA meeting where our policy committees debate the issue, talk about the resolution, can make some changes. Once it's passed, it then goes to our board of directors that has another opportunity to debate, discuss, and pass it. And then finally, the entire membership of NCBA votes on it. And it truly is one man, one vote. We as staff, we don't set policy. Our members set policy, and that drives all of our actions in Washington, D.C.
And speaking of that, Bob, members have given you a long list of priorities to work on, but why don't you highlight some of your top priorities?
Well, we do have a lot of priorities and a lot of different policies that Colin and his crew work on in D.C. there. But I guess as far as the policy division, you know, membership is a big priority for us, and we're kind of in process of getting our membership boosted back up and just getting some good exposure for what NCBA does for livestock producers out in the country. But of course, GIPSA rule has been a big one for us this year, and that was probably one of our top priorities. And you know, Colin and his crew there in Washington did an excellent job, and we can kind of brag about that one right now.
Absolutely. Well, Colin, I'd like to look forward a little bit. What are some of your goals in the coming months?
When we look at 2012, there's going to be a lot of things going on. It's an election year, so not only do we need to continue our efforts to educate the current members of Congress and their staff, we also have to get a hold of a lot of these candidates for Congress to make sure that they understand what our issues are, and that way they know that when they are elected, that they can come to us to find the guidance on what we need to do to protect farmers and ranchers in this country. And we're going to continue to work to make sure we get some permanent reform to the death tax. We're going to continue to work on the GIPSA issue that Bob talked about, market access, and there's also the outstanding farm bill that we're going to be a very integral part of.
Well, I tip my hat to you and your team. You've had some real uphill battles, and you've done a phenomenal job. Bob, I guess I'd get back to you. You're very passionate about this organization. Why do you think people should join NCBA?
Well, Kevin, I think NCBA is probably the best advocacy group available for livestock producers in the country, and we're a very diversified organization. We cover all the gamuts, all the different issues that cattlemen are facing, and as well as the beef promotion component of NCBA. We have a great relationship with our state affiliates. Our state-national relationship is just a great way of melding all the issues and bringing those issues from the grassroots up and getting them up in our nation's capital and facing those issues and taking care of them. We've got a lot of great programs that we offer, services we offer to our members, and for the money, I think it's the best value in an ag membership you can get.
Well, thank you so much. Thank you for what you do every day on behalf of all of us cattlemen across the country.
Thank you, Kevin.
Thanks, Kevin.
Join cattlemen like Bob McCann as members of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association. To do so, give us a call at 1-866-USA-BEEF or visit us at beefusa.org.